today we're looking now at add and subtract. We already did multiplication, then yesterday division, and today we are looking then at the add and the subtraction of fractions. Now, let me just take you back here in grade 4 or 5. You already started with this. And let's say we see 2/3 plus 1/4. Then when we add, we need to find the LCM, the lowest common multiple. So we said in this case, the lowest common multiple is 12. So this one is 4 times bigger. Just look how I got this. In algebra, this method works very well. So it is 18 times with the LCM, and that is 3. So my answer is 11/12. Now I'm going to do the same now with algebra. So if I say A/3 plus B/4, then what is the LCM in this case? The LCM is still 12. So if you times with the LCM and cancel, you have 4A. If you times with the LCM and cancel, you have plus 3B. And that is the answer. Unlike terms, we cannot add it. Another example now is if I say 3/A plus 4/B. So what is my LCM in this case? AB. How did you get that 12? You multiplied the 3 with a 4. So the LCM is AB. So if I multiply with the LCM and multiply with the LCM and cancel, then I have 3B there plus 4A. And that is your answer. Remember, you cannot cancel now here. We can only cancel if it is multiplication. So we're looking now at exercise try now 30. And this is on page 114. So let's look at number A then there. It says A/5 plus A minus 8/2. So it's addition. The key word here is the LCM. I have to work with my LCM every time. So the LCM of 5 and 2 is 10. Then we multiply with the LCM, and you multiply with the LCM. It is a good idea to put a bracket around that. So it is then 2A, and 2 divides into 10 5 times. Now I still have to multiply it there with each one. So it's positive 5A minus 40. And your final answer is then 7A minus 40, and you keep the LCM. You keep that LCM. Number B. 2y minus 4/3 minus 3y plus 5/2. I'm going to put brackets around here. It just makes it easier to see what you are doing. This is subtraction. I need the LCM. That's what I need every time. So in this case, the LCM is 6. So if I multiply with 6 and I multiply with 6 and cancel. So here with the algebra, this is a very necessary step to do. So now I multiply there and I have 4y minus 8. Here, if you cancel, multiply with each one. Remember, there's a negative in front here. So it's negative 9y, negative 15. And the final answer then, if I add my like terms, is negative 5y minus 23 over the LCM. I must keep that LCM every time. Number C. P/5 minus 2P/3 plus P/6. What is my LCM in this case? Something that all of them can divide in. 5 and 3 and 6. And that would be what? 30. So I multiply with the LCM each one. You multiply each one with the LCM and cancel. So then it is 6p. Here it cancels in minus 20p. 6 divides into that one 5 times plus 5p. So my final solution is then positive 11 minus 20, which is negative 9p over 30. This can simplify because I can divide by 3, so then you have negative 3p over 10. That is my final solution, my final answer there. Number D. 6 over AB minus 7 over BC. What is the key word? LCM. I need to find the LCM. The LCM is something that both can divide in. So I need a I need a B, and I need a C. I don't have to take two B's because it's the lowest common multiple. So we multiply with ABC, and you multiply with ABC and cancel. So AB cancels out, then you have 6C. BC cancels out, minus 7A. That's my answer. You cannot cancel now there further. That was number D. So we're looking now at number E. 6 over 5x plus 3 over 8x squared. LCM. LCM. So what do you need? For the 5 and the 8, it will be 40. And the lowest one is x squared. I don't need x to the power of 3 because it's the lowest common multiple. So you multiply now here with 40x squared, and I multiply here with 40x squared. I multiply with the LCM and cancel, and there 1x will remain. So it's 48x. Here 8 divides into 45 times. The x's will cancel out, so plus 15. That's unlike terms, so that is your answer. You cannot do anything further there. Number F. 3 over 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 5 over 6x. LCM. I need to find the LCM. And what would be the LCM of 2, 3, and 6? It will be 6, 6x. So multiply with your LCM, multiply with your LCM, times with your LCM, and cancel. So then we have 9. Here it will be 2. And here it will be minus 5. So my final answer is then 6 over 6x, which simplifies to 1 over x. That's your final solution on that one. Right. Now we're looking at try now 31. Simplify the following. So it's still the basic thing of LCM. We just deal with it now with more algebra, but it's still the lowest common multiple. And what is the lowest common multiple here? 12a squared. So you times with 12a squared. I put brackets around there, times with 12a squared, and cancel. So the a's will cancel out. That one will be 4. It's nice to use brackets here so that you remember to multiply now each one with that 4 outside. So it makes it 4a minus 4. Here the 4a will cancel into this one 3a times. I need to multiply it with each one there. So it's positive 3a squared plus 9a. And now I add my like terms. So it's going to be 3a squared. Here 4a plus 9a is 13a and minus 4 over 12a squared. Over 12a squared. So that's the final answer there. Number B. So what will be the LCM here? My LCM is I need a number 6 and I need an A. So again, it's a very good idea to put brackets around there so that you can see that as a whole. So I times with the LCM, times with the LCM, times with the LCM, and cancel. So I cancel here. Can you see that you have to multiply that one now with each one inside? So it makes it 6a plus 6. Here, it will divide 3 times, but it's now a negative 3. So we have to multiply this one with negative 3, which makes it negative 3a minus 6. And here, it will cancel out. Again, there's a negative, negative 2. So you multiply that one with each one there, negative 2a minus 6. And now I can add my like terms. So 6a minus 5a is a, and plus 6 minus 6 is 0 over 6a. Here the a's will cancel, and the answer is 1 over 6. 1 over 6. Okay, right, let's take the next one. Number C, LCM. So what will be the LCM here? B squared, the lowest common multiple. Remember, this is 2 over 1. It's not a 2 that you're going to use there. This is a whole number. So I multiply, again, put those brackets around there. So you multiply with b squared, multiply with b squared, multiply with b squared, and cancel. So then we have b plus 2. Here the 1b will cancel out there. Remember the negative there, so it's minus b squared. Negative times the negative is positive 3b. And this one plus 2b squared. Now we add the like terms. Minus b plus b is going to be b squared, and then plus 3b and plus 2 over b squared. There's our answer for that one. We can try to see if they factorize further. Okay, no, here's a mistake because there's also a b, so this one will be 4b. Right, number D. Adding fractions means I need the LCM. So the LCM here is 6x. So I times with 6x, there's my brackets, times 6x, my brackets times 6x, and cancel. So what can cancel? The x and the x. Now you multiply the 6 with each one inside that bracket. That's why the brackets are important. It's important that you first do these exercises now and then mark them. So this is then 12x minus 18. Here it will cancel in 2 times. Multiply, so it's minus 8x minus 4. 6x will cancel out, but there's a negative in front, so it's negative x, negative 1. Look at that one then there. And now adding your like terms, so 12 minus 8 is 4, minus x is 3x, negative 18, negative 19, negative 23 over 6x, over 6x. Right, try now 32. So we're still looking at the same thing, adding and subtracting of fractions. My keyword is still the LCM. First do the exercise before you mark it. Now, what will the LCM be now? Remember, if we said a third plus a quarter, then I multiplied those two and my LCM was 12. And I'm going to do the same thing here. My LCM is now x plus 1. I multiply those two things, the two denominators. So it's x times x plus 1, and here times x plus 1. And now this step is vitally important. For the algebra, please do it like this, otherwise you're going to struggle. So I cancel now, and then I have x plus 1. I cancel here. The 2 must be multiplied there, so it is plus 2x. So your final answer is then 3x plus 1 over x plus 1. There's your final solution. Number B. What would be the LCM here? Put brackets around them so that you can see it as a whole. So I multiply the 2, and it is then x minus 2 times x plus 3. I multiply my LCM. Put the step in. Show that you're doing it. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. And I times here with x minus 2, x plus 3. And cancel. So this one will cancel out. Now you have to multiply the 5 there with each one, which is then 5x minus 15. Cancel here, plus 3x minus 6. So now we add the like terms. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8x. And negative 15, negative 6 is negative 21 over x minus 2, x plus 3. Number C. Again, it's a good idea to put brackets around there to see it as a whole. So what is my LCM? X plus 1, x plus 2. This is the kind of question that they like to ask in the exam. X plus 1 times x plus 2. And here, x plus 1 times x plus 2. And we cancel. So this can cancel. Then you have 7x plus 14. This can cancel. That one is plus 1. Now remember, there's a negative 3 now in front. So you have to multiply the negative 3 with each one there, which makes it negative 3x minus 3. Look at that one. That's where we make mistakes. And the final answer is then 4x plus 11 over x plus 1, x plus 2. X plus 1, x plus 2. Number D. Brackets. Use those brackets. What is the LCM? I multiply the 2, x plus 3 times x minus 1. So we multiply with the LCM of x plus 3, x minus 1. And here we multiply with x plus 3, x minus 1, and cancel. So if we cancel now, this is what will cancel out. The 2 must be multiplied with each one there, 2x minus 2. Here we cancel, there. Again, it's a negative. The negative must be multiplied with each one there, which makes it minus 5x minus 15. Now, if you add your like terms, you have negative 3x minus 17 over x plus 3, x minus 1. And the last two there out of try now 32. What is my LCM? My LCM will be x minus 2, x plus 1. So I multiply with x minus 2, x plus 1. What to do with the 1, you must do with the other one, x minus 2, x plus 1. And we cancel. Cancel there. Now I multiply the 3 with each one, so it is 3x plus 3. Cancel. It's a negative 4 there, so it's negative 4x plus 8. Look at this. This is the catcher here. And the answer is then negative x plus 11 over x minus 2, x plus 1. And the last one, number F. Brackets there. Now, what will be my LCM now? Remember, this one is separately, so it is x, x plus 2, x plus 1. I multiply the 3 denominators. So here it's x, x plus 2, x plus 1. And here x, x plus 2, x plus 1. And the same thing here, x, x plus 2, x plus 1. And now I can cancel. So what will cancel? This. But now remember, you must multiply 3 with x and with x plus 1. So this gives me x squared times the 3 is 3x squared. This gives me x times 3 is plus 3x. Here, this one will cancel out. So it is now negative 4x. There's actually a negative 4x, which we multiply with each one there. So it is negative 4x squared minus 8x. And here the x's will cancel out. Now we need to multiply 2, but we'll first have to multiply those two there. I like those extra brackets. If I multiply now here, FOIL, then I have x squared plus 3x plus 2, which you're going to multiply with this 2 now there. So it's then plus 2x squared plus 6x plus 4. And now we can add our like terms here. So it will be negative x squared plus 1, which is x squared, plus 3 minus 8 is negative 5x, plus 6 is plus 1x, plus 4 over x, x plus 2, x plus 1. Right. Thank you, grade 10s. I hope you understand fractions now, add and subtract. So we did the 4 operations now.
On #LearnOn1. Tell us what you're learning and where you're learning it from. Send us your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Namibia is known for its beautiful wide open landscapes. However, these deserted spaces also pose numerous educational challenges in our country's rural areas. Because of this, many learners are denied access to proper teaching and learning. At EduVision, we believe that education is the starting point to a journey of endless possibilities. It is EduVision's goal to prepare and guide learners in order to make the modern world they are living in accessible to all.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to say to provide our kids with food, but the police they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Benga Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
And when you are talking in a manner that is exaggerated about brutality in this country, I should ask you in which country you live.
Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the Fish Road accused us staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight against COVID-19? Could they have spent 300 million on tracing people and managing people? Is that even possible?
Dance the night away with some real funky shows this September on GoTV. And get hip and fabulous with some Niger food to whet your African appetite.
Why don't we eat?
It's all mind over matter when you upgrade to GoTV Plus or GoTV Max. It takes a brilliant mind to take down an insane street smart criminal. Stay connected or upgrade to GoTV Plus or GoTV Max for access to real groovy shows. We're putting the funk in entertainment. GoTV. Live it. Love it.
One day we went to I think it's the opening of Oshakati Stadium. Then I was a lead singer there. Then this DJ Remind came to me and was like, "Hi, don't you want to be a solo artist?" I said, "What is solo?"
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Siambra Masgrim Kwampiri Perez Kampuka Pleasure Return from the might of this region.
Happy Friday, what's up? It's Friday, happy Friday.
Abdallah is joining us in the hot seat.
She said it right. She said it right. She said it right.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you so much.
Hi to Hola Namibia. Welcome to the tribe on One Africa TV. My name is Shay the Goddess, and I keep you company every Friday along with some of Namibia's biggest artists right here on this platform.
We always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments, and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
are then starting today with a new part, still part of algebra, but today we are looking then at fractions. Fractions. And we're going to do fractions with algebra then now here. Now, we're going to start with try now 24. Try now 24, and that is on page 111. What we do here is we also have to factorize. So we are again going through our rules of factorization. The first one says x squared minus 1 over x squared minus x. I cannot cancel these x's. You can only cancel if it's multiplication. So we have to factorize to be able to cancel now here. If I factorize here, now remember, we had the 4 steps. The highest common factor, the difference between squares, we had trinomials, and we had grouping. So we are still working with that factorization. You are still dealing with that factorization. Okay, so if I factorize now here, this is the difference between squares, which means that this one is then going to be x minus 1, x plus 1, the difference between squares. And this one is the highest common factor. What is common here is x. Then if I divide with x, it is x minus 1. The nice part now is when you cancel, and the answer is then x plus 1 over x. Number B. 8b to the power of 3 plus 12b squared q over 4b squared minus 9q squared. I must factorize. And the question is, what am I going to do here? So this one is the highest common factor, and what is common here is a 4p squared. That is your highest common factor there. If we divide now, then it will be 2p, and there it will be plus 3q over, this is the difference between squares that I'm going to take here. This is all square numbers. So it will be 2p minus 3q multiply with 2p plus 3q, the difference between squares. So to be able to do the sums now, we must still be able to factorize. Now this 2 can cancel out, and the answer is then 4p squared over 2p minus 3q. Question C. B squared minus 5b over b squared minus 3b minus 10. I need to factorize. What is it? The top one is highest common factor. Remember, we always look for that. So it is then b minus 5. If we factorize here, this is a trinomial. Do you recognize it? So the question is still what times what gives me this first term? So it is b and b. And then which factors of 10 will give me a 3 when I subtract it? Remember, the factors of 10, which is 5 by 2, and that will work. So it is a 5 and a 2. Signs differ. The biggest combination, which is this one, is negative, and that one is positive. And now we can cancel. This will cancel out. So b over b plus 2. Number D. C squared minus 7c over c squared minus 49. Factorize. The top one is the highest common factor, which will then be c c minus 7. And this is the difference between squares again. So it will be c minus 7 times c plus 7. Now we can cancel. This 2 will cancel out. So your answer is c over c plus 7. Number E. 4m squared plus 6mb over 9b squared minus 4m squared. Factorize. The top one will be the highest common factor. So I can take out 2m, divide, then there remains 2m plus 3b. What is this? Two numbers, so it's the difference between squares. Everything is square numbers here. So I get the square root, minus 4m, 3b, plus 4m. Factorize. And, sorry, I made a mistake here. This is minus 2m and plus 2m. Plus 2m, because I have to get the square root there. Now this will cancel out, and my answer is 2m over 3b minus 2m. Question F. 6a squared minus ab minus 15b squared. This looks like a trinomial. And then 27a3 minus 75ab squared. So the top one is a trinomial, which we need to factorize. Now these ones were the tough cookies. So look again. I take the factors of 6, which is 2 by 3, and the factors of 15, which is 3 by 5. If I cross multiply them and subtract them, it must give me 1. So this is 9 and this is 10. And if I subtract it, I will get a 1. So that is the combination that I'm going to use. So it's 2a times 3a. I want to combine the 2 with a 5, the 2 with a 5, the 3 with a 3. Signs differ. The biggest combination is negative. This is your biggest combination, the 10. So this one is negative and this one is positive. And then here, this is highest common factor again. I can take out, no. What will divide into 27 and into 75? So I can take out there 3a squared. Then it would be 9a. And this one is minus 3 divides into that one. (25) times b. And oh no, I can only take out the 3a, so that will make it then a squared here and b and ab there on that side. So this is one is b squared. Okay. This one can actually factorize further because this is the difference between squares. So I also have here 3a minus 5b, and then 3a plus 5b. So I can even factorize this one further. And there should be a b. And here should be a b. Sorry, I missed that out. So now we can cancel, and this 2 will cancel out. So the final answer is 2a plus 3b over 3a and then 3a plus 5b. So we have to keep on factorizing. You have to factorize further. Now try now 25. Now this time we're dealing here with grouping 2AP minus 6AQ plus BP minus 3BQ, and we are dividing this with 10AP plus AQ plus 5BP plus 4BQ. Now, this is the fourth method, grouping. There's 4 terms, so I'm going to group them together, and the same thing here. If I group them together there, I can take out a 2A, and then there remains P minus 3Q. If I group here, then I can take out the B, and then there remains P minus 3Q. Here, if I group this 2, then I can take out 2A, and then there remains 5P plus 4Q. And here, I can take out B plus B, and then there remains 5P plus 4Q. Now, I still cannot just cancel. I'm busy with grouping, so I have a double HCF. So I can take out the P minus 3Q, and then there remains 2A plus B. Same thing here. I can take out, this is common there, so it's 5P plus 4Q, and then in the second bracket, it's 2A plus B. Grouping. That is grouping. And now we can cancel out. This will cancel out. So your answer is P minus 3Q over 5P plus 4Q. Question B. Still grouping that we're dealing with here. X squared minus XZ plus XY minus YZ, 4 terms. This is going to be grouping, and then here you have 2XY plus XZ minus 2YZ minus Z squared, and I'm going to group them. 4 terms, grouping. There's nothing common, so I group them together, and I find an HCF. So what is common here is X, and then it is X minus Z. Here, it will be plus Y, and then there remains X minus Z, grouping. Right, if we look at this one, I can take out the common one of X, then I have 2Y plus Z, and then here I can take out minus Z. Now check for the signs, and then you have 2Y plus Z. Double check. If we multiply in there, we have negative 2YZ. There we have negative Z squared. Grouping is a double HCF, so I can take out that one there. That is common. X minus Z, and then there remains X plus Y. For this one, I can take out the common one there. So it is 2Y plus Z, and the second one is then X minus Z, those 2, because you divide there. And now we can cancel, and this is what will cancel, and the answer is X plus Y over 2Y plus Z, 2Y plus Z. Now, the next one is exercise 26. And we are still multiplying now here with our fractions. This is all multiplication. Now, this one looks like this, 3A over 8B times 2 over 7AB. Now still, we're looking for cancelling. We're trying to cancel. So the 2 can divide into the 8 4 times. This A and this A can cancel out. So then you have 3 over 28. I multiply the numbers and I add my indices. Number B, 2p squared q over 7m squared n squared. And I have to multiply that with 3nq over negative 8p squared. So we're looking for first numbers to cancel out. Now here the 2 can divide into the 8 4 times. This p squared and this p squared will cancel out. 1n and 1n will cancel out here, so there remains 1. I write it where I have the biggest one. So now I've got a 3 at the top, and I add my indices, q squared. Here I have a 7 at the bottom, and I still have m squared. The next one, number C, 3a squared, and there's still that negative, we shouldn't ignore that negative, over 15b to the power of 3, multiply with 35 bc squared over 12ac. And the question is, what can cancel out? So I know that 3 can divide into 12 4 times. I first work with my numbers. 5 divides into this one 3 times and into this one 7 times. So I can write down my numbers. It will be 7 over 12. Now the indices. A2 minus A1 is A to the power of 1. If there's nothing, there's a 1. B4 minus B3 is B to the power of 1. And C2 minus C1 is C. You don't need to write those ones, but that is then the answer for this one. And now we're looking at the last one today, trying out 27. First do the exercises, then you mark them. So this one is now 4a squared plus 12a over 8 times 4 over a plus 3. So we need to find out what we can cancel. Now remember, this is addition, so I cannot just cancel out here. I'll first have to factorize there again, as we've been doing all the time. So I'm taking out the highest common factor of 4a, and then there remain a plus 3 over 8 times 4 over a plus 3. Now I have multiplication. Now everything is multiplication. So the 4 divides into the 8 twice. The 2 divides into the 4 twice. So the number that I have is a 2. This a plus 3, that whole bracket is cancelled with a whole bracket there. So this one's answer is 2a. 2a. Number B. X squared minus 1 over 3x plus 6 times x squared plus 2x over x minus 1. I need to factorize first. This is what we've been doing now all the time. We factorize. This is the difference between squares, which means it is x minus 1, x plus 1. This is the highest common factor, so I can take out 3, and then there remains x plus 2. Now we multiply here. This is again the highest common factor, x plus 2 over x minus 1. Everything is now multiplication, so now we can cancel. Right, what will cancel? This one and this one. What I do at the bottom, I must do at the top. This one and this one will cancel out. So it is x plus 1 over 3. Over 3. Number C. X squared plus 3x over x squared plus 5x plus 6. Here we've got a trinomial. Multiply, there's another trinomial. X squared plus 3x plus 2 and 2x squared plus 4x. I need to factorize each one. I have to factorize each one here. Right, so let's take this one. This is the highest common factor, so it's x plus 3. Let's take this one. This is a trinomial. Factorize means brackets, brackets. Can you remember? Which factors of 6 will give me 5? It will be a 2 and a 3. Signs are equal. Both will be positive. Right. Now I times it with this one. This is again a trinomial. Factorize means brackets, brackets. What is the factors of 2? It could only be 2 and 1. Signs are equal. Both will be positive. And here, again, the highest common factor of 2x. And then there remains x plus 2. Everything is now multiplication. So now is the time to cancel. What can cancel? This one and this one. This one and this one. And that's then my answer. Oh, this x and x can cancel. So it will be x plus 1 over 2x plus 2. There's my final answer for that one. And number D. 2x squared minus 8x over x squared minus 6x plus 8 multiply with x squared minus 4. Here it's the difference between squares. And then x squared minus 2x. So I need to factorize each one. I need to factorize each one. Look at this one. Highest common factor, 2x. So then there remain x minus 4 over. This is a trinomial. So brackets, brackets, which factors of 8 will give you a 6, and that is 4 and 2. This should be easy now for you by now. Signs are equal, but both will be negative now. Multiply, this is the difference between square numbers, so it's x minus 2, x plus 2. Here I'm taking out the highest common factor of x, and then there remains x minus 2. Now we can cancel. That's always the nice part. This one and this one. This one and this one. This one and this one. So there remains 2x plus 2. And here we have x minus 2. Right, thank you, grade 10s. Make sure that you understand this. This is then a revision of factorization with fractions now here. Good morning, grade 10s. We have our second lesson on factorization and fractions. And today we're looking specifically when we divide. Now you will remember if you have a fraction like this and we say divide by 1/4, then we multiplied with the reciprocal. You multiply with the reciprocal. And we're going to do exactly the same now here. So try now 28, the first one there. It says A over 5B, and because I divide, I multiply with the reciprocal. So I already did step 1 now here, 3A squared. From there, it's exactly the same as we've been doing before. What can divide? 5 can divide into 10 twice. So the number is then a 2, and this 3 remains there. You subtract your indices. The biggest A is at the bottom. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Then here's the B. 2 minus 1 is B. And then the D will remain there. Right, number B. 7p squared x over 3py. And because I divide, I multiply with the reciprocal. I immediately turn this one around now there. Right, so what can cancel? 7 divide into 14 twice. So it means the numbers is 6, 1 over 6. Now the indices. Now I've got here P2, P3, which is P to the power of 5, minus the 1 here is P to the power of 4. The x and the x will cancel out. That's 0. And the y's we have to add here, so it will be y squared. Y squared. The next one, number C. 3mn over 10p squared q. I immediately do that first step to multiply with a reciprocal, and that is then 9n. So now we have to look what can cancel out. 3 divides into 9 3 times. 5 divides into 10 2 times. So it means my numbers is again 1 over 6. Now I must take the letters. There's no m, so that m will remain. This n minus this one is 0. The r will remain there. And the p squared q will remain as the denominator. So that's then a very basic one on dividing. Now we look at try now 29. Now first do the exercise and then you can mark it. And here factorization is still vitally important. I can only cancel if I factorize. Now the one that we need to factorize here is this one. Can you see? So this one is then, so I have x over x plus 2 times, and I factorize here now in its x plus 2 over 4. I have